Welcome to the IME Community podcast, where self-love is your superpower to achieve your weight and life goals and make your mark in the world. Your host is Dr. Carla, activist, MD. If you're a teen who's looking to revolutionize your health and can't wait to follow your dreams, welcome to the IME Community.
Sorry about that, you guys. I was just doing my Make It Fun to Get It Done and just starting to dance like I do to pump myself up for this podcast. I'm going to teach you how to make it fun to get it done, but I'm going to tell you how I created that, and I hope you'll go to the imecommunity.com website and sign up for the email list and get the 3-day Make It Fun to Get It Done email challenge. That's for teens. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here today because I'm so excited to teach you how to make it fun to get it done. And the exciting thing about that is I used Make It Fun to Get It Done to create IME Community, to create my entire business. And how it happened was I was working with a business coach. Her name's Sunshine. Isn't that a cool name? Such a fun name. In fact, I was thinking about that, and that name fits her, and she's such a creative genius. And hopefully she's listening. Hi, Sunshine. And she can take credit for some of the fun stuff that was created for IME Community. Well, one of the things she noticed when because I'm such a grind out a goal person, and I was just working so hard and striving and hustling and making it happen and kind of stuck on the how part of it. And she said, you're not really having any fun, are you? And she coaches on have fun, make money. So that's kind of why I hired her. She said, listen, you're not having any fun, so nobody's going to have any fun. The stuff you make isn't going to be fun. So you're not going to want to keep doing it if you're not having fun. So it's easy if you make it fun. And then at the same time, I was coaching some teens. And what I found, especially during COVID with the Zoom learning, is that everybody has this kind of collective lack of motivation. They just feel kind of apathetic, but they have stuff that they have to do. So how can we make it fun to get it done? And so had a blast creating Make It Fun to Get It Done. Hopefully you'll check it out. Get on that email list, but it is so awesome. But I'm going to teach you some of the principles today. So fun is a feeling, and feelings are created with our thoughts. We think oftentimes that, say you have a book report. So one of my life coaching clients, she had a book she had to read, but the teacher said, oh, this book is really hard to understand, and it's kind of weird. And so in her mind, she was kind of upset with the teacher for saying that, but she thought, why would I want to read a book that I'm not going to understand and that I might think is kind of weird? So then she just didn't quite feel like she had the energy to read the book, to get it done. And she was kind of in this pattern of putting things off, and then afterwards, once she finally did hand it in, sometimes late, ask for an extension, then she would kind of do a little bit of beating herself up and then say, oh, well, the next time I'm going to start then, and then it was like, okay, then just kind of giving herself a pass. So she had this book she needed to read, and it had to get done. How do you make it fun to get it done when it's not the book that has to be read? It's not the teacher and anything she had to say about the book. It's the thought that my client had in her mind that may have been triggered about the book and what she had to do, or the assignment, or what the teacher said, but it had everything to do, the feeling she had of feeling unmotivated and that dread of actually reading the book was coming from her thought of, I'm not going to want to read a book that I can't understand or that I think is weird. So how do you make it fun to get it done? How did I create that, and what did I do in my business? The first step is to really acknowledge that fun is a feeling that you create with your thoughts. Creating a feeling of fun doesn't mean that you are just changing your mind simply and saying, oh, now this book is fun to read. So how do you make it fun to get it done? Well, the first thing is you own it. And if you do the 3-day email challenge on IME Community, you'll find out that I kind of got a little help from our friends at Dunder Mifflin. So we all love the office. So my daughter and I were just having a blast creating Make It Fun to Get It Done by thinking about how the office is such a mundane place to work. But is there anything more hilarious? I mean, they created fun there. They created fun for all of us, and I hope it would come back to Netflix. I know we're all sad about that. But anyway, so the first thing to do is own it. When you have this thought, okay, I don't want to do this, or my teacher's making me do it, or my parents are making me do this, or I don't really care. It's just not going to be helpful. It's not going to create a thought that is a thought that is creating a feeling that's not fun, and it certainly isn't going to be a motivating thought. It's not going to help you get it done. It's certainly not going to help you have fun to get it done. First of all, own it. Pick a project. It doesn't matter what you choose, and just love your choice. It doesn't matter if you're choosing a book to read, if you're a lab report, whatever it is, a group project. It doesn't matter, something for one of your extracurricular activities that you have to do. It doesn't matter at all. Just choose one thing and just own it. I mean, these are things that, you have to get done. So why wouldn't you try this to make it fun to get it done? And the cool thing about it is once you learn this skill, then every time it just perpetuates itself. So it makes it more easy to make it fun to get it done. And then also what happens is you're getting your work done, your project completed, whatever you're keeping a goal that you have set for yourself, which shows you that you're getting your own back and you're creating evidence that you are somebody that keeps promises and reaches the goals that you set for yourself. And you get that natural sense of well-being and achievement. And it's just like a natural pleasure for our brains that helps us the next time. Because the next time you have a project, if you just ground it out and it was grueling for you and you put it off and you barely got it in, then that's going to create a lot of mind drama for you the next time you go to do it. So that's another reason why the next time it's like, oh, well, that wasn't so bad the last time, so I'm going to do that this time. So you're owning it. This is something you're going to do. We're not blaming the teacher. We're not going to be victim-y about it. This is work we're doing. This is a class we signed up to take. That's the end. Now, the pre-work, which is what I was doing when I was dancing around, is super important for Make It Fun to Get It Done. So you may watch that one episode of The Office where Dwight was and Jim was outside of the car. It was before they went into a sales pitch meeting, I think. And Jim's like, so you're going to do that thing you do? And he was like, yeah. And Dwight was in the back seat and he was just jamming out and just pumping himself up. So get a pump up song, get yourself excited, have fun, dance around, create a playlist, get yourself pumped up to sit down and do this work. And then usually what you do is like a focus time of around, 25 minutes and then maybe a 5-minute break. So plan your breaks. What are you going to do? What is fun for you? And try different things, because you may say, oh, that was fun, and I really like that. And so it's kind of like this really fun self-discovery where you're creating fun. So maybe you want to dance around again, listen to a playlist. Maybe you want to go outside for a while and have some physical activity. That's fun. You get to do whatever you want to do during that break, and you get to decide and you get to try different things. So you can plan that. And then with your focus time of, 25 minutes, it's not like you're sitting there going, oh, this is fun. And you're doing like a physics lab or writing a book report or something, whatever you have to do, or reading. But you can challenge yourself during that time. You can make it more fun. You can make it more interesting. You can say, oh, I'm going to get this much done and I got that much done in that 25-minute period before. So you can just challenge yourself, and it's not about competing with anybody else other than yourself. And you can be intentional about it. So say you're reading a book. My client really wanted to be, she loves to read. So that was like kind of a bummer when the teacher said, oh, you're not going to maybe understand this book. Then it was like, ugh, because she really likes to read and she likes to relate the content to her, like find a character that she resonates with, that matches her in her life. And so try that. Ask yourself, how do I relate to this character? How do I relate to that character? What's different about our lives? What's the same? I mean, just notice those things so that you're kind of fishing and you're not just like getting through it. Okay. Also expect when you're there, and there's some seen in the a little GIF that we put in our Make It Fun to Get It Done tips from our friends at Dunder Mifflin. In the email challenge with Kelly, who was hilarious, I'm talking about sometimes I get so bored I almost want to scream. So you're going to have those things come up for you during that focus time. Like, this is boring. That's just your mind offering up thoughts. That's just what it's used to. So it's just going to say, this is boring. You might want to have this distraction, or your brain's going to want to do that to you. Just say, there's nothing going wrong here. Expect some discomfort. Expect some of it to be like, oh, that's just a thought. That's a thought. You can just let it pass through. A thought's just a sentence that comes up in your brain. You can note it like the cloud going by, and you're the quiet confidence of the blue sky. That's how I like to think about it. And that's how some people teach us to think about it, which I think is really cool. Okay. So those thoughts that maybe aren't that helpful, they're just clouds kind of going by. Noting, then you don't have to go down the thought train and do too much with that. So you get to your 5-minute break, try it again. And then you need to plan your party. So in our top 10 tips from Dunder Mifflin staff, we said, you don't have to invite Angela to your planning party because, that's really not fun, right? But how are you going to celebrate your success? So, are you going to have a big dance party? Are you going to listen to your favorite song? Are you going to go outside? Are you going to, text a friend, call a friend? Are you, whatever is fun for you, that's your celebration, and you can plan it, and you did it. And so now you have all the evidence you need that you know how to make it fun to get it done, and that you set and you achieved the goal that you set for yourself. You kept promises to yourself. You got it done. You got the natural achievement, that natural pleasure, that long-term kind of well-being pleasure that your brain will offer up and say, wow, and that is just a feel good for the day. So that's how you make it fun to get it done. Don't forget to celebrate your success with party time at the end. Don't forget to go to imecommunity.com. Sign up for the 3-day Make It Fun to Get It Done email challenge. And I can't wait to see you next time.
Thank you for tuning in to the IME Community Podcast, where self-love is your superpower. The content of this podcast represents the opinions of Dr. Carla Lester and is not intended as, and shall not be understood as, a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The opinions shared reflect the host and guest and do not represent an organization or medical group. Always seek the advice of your physician or therapist if you have concerns about your health. And please, like and subscribe to the IME Community Podcast. Share IME with your friends and go to imecommunity.com to join the member community. Don't forget to follow IME on social.